pretty than me, and okay, and I think for us is more common. This for me is not common. It's privilege about the pretty, and yeah, that's it. But it's so hard, and these I don't know when I was had and was have.
Mhm. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know how I feel about this topic. Because let me say, Leandra, that I don't know why, but I feel kind of embarrassed about talking about this topic. I think that this feeling so weird, maybe because I've experienced bully. So I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about. But we are going to um, put an end to these stereotypes and these kind of things. How about you, Atamis? Have you ever heard about looking?
No, I've never heard this word. Lookism. I don't know if it's together or separated.
Together.
No, I never had this concept, the description. But I understand what it is.
Great.
I really do. Yeah, but there's something I don't know if I agree about the video. In the video, she said people who are more beautiful are considered more intelligent, but I don't see like this. Many times you are too beautiful to be intelligent. Not me, but people. Like if because if you a guy, more women than guy, like it's all in the standard, all the features, all the characteristics is in the standards. We consider that person not too intelligent, smart. I think maybe depends on the culture, but I don't think in Brazil it is like that. If you're a little bit ugly, you are considered more intelligent or smart because you have to be, because you're not too beautiful, So that's it. Yeah.
I see what you mean. But you see, guys, that the stereotypes itself, they contradict each other. Can you believe that? But something that you said, Atamis, that I agree with is that if you don't meet the beauty standard, something have to pays off, something has to pays off, like your intelligence, your IQ, your, I don't know, emotional intelligence, maybe your income. It's insane that something has to pays off, something like this. But I don't, so we are live on YouTube. So before dive into today's topic, which is pretty privileged a thing. So we'll be talking about beauty standards and stuff. We can introduce ourselves. So starting off, my name is Melissa, but you can call me Mel. I'm a hostess here on TNT. I'm 19 years old and I'm based in São Paulo. How about you, Leandro?
So I'm Leandra. I'm from Manaus, Amazonas. I am administrative assistant at the health department. I'm here for improve my English. That's it in the moment.
Great. How about you, Atamis?
I'm Atamis. I'm 35. I'm an artist and a dietitian, gardener. I live in England. What else? I'm hot because it's too hot.
You were a hostess.
The weather. Yeah, I'm a hostess on TNT. I never know if it's on TNT or in TNT. What is the correct one?
So I have some things to do. I was, I don't know, going through some things in social media, and there's a online school, EF English. Have you ever heard of it, guys? anyways, it's an online school. So this teacher, this online teacher on this school, this online school, she was talking about her routine. And then she mentioned that she teaches on EF on the online platform. So I would say that is online. Oh, I would say that it's on. I don't know if I was clear enough, but at the end of her text, she mentioned, I teaches on EF, which is an online platform. Does it make sense? I hope so. So if I'm mistaken, I would be saying on to the end of my life. Anyways, thanks for introducing yourself, Atamis. So I think we can start out, right? Because I'm too eager to talk about this topic. The very first one question is, what's pretty privilege? Have you ever perceived it in your everyday life? Have you ever discussed it before? What does it mean to be unattractive? So I like to starting off. There are a lot of questions here. They're kind of embedded questions, but the one that I would like to answer is, what does it mean to be unattractive? You know what, guys? I've been thinking about this topic these days, and I would say that this concept of being attractive comes down to cultural aspects, you know? Because, I mean, first of all, beauty standards must have a parameter, right? So, I mean, if there's a European parameter, how can we, as South Americans and leading women, can meet these kind of standards? You know, I think it's important to go through our identity. I think that being attractive, it's just don't meet a beauty standard, which has a parameter, which don't meet our parameters, you know? I don't know. Maybe what I want to say is that the beauty, it's in one's eyes, but I do think that it has a lot to work with cultural aspects. How about you, Athamas? What are your thoughts?
I think I'm with you at the same path, because I think it's cultural. I don't know what means to be an attractor. I've never had this in my life. I'm kidding. I don't know, because for me it's not just about the physical. It's not about the appearance, not just because I always dated people or hang out with people who are considered not very pretty. I don't know. It's not for me. For someone being attractive is not just appearance. I don't know. I'm kind of agree with you, but I don't know how to explain this. It's kind of, it's not an objective thing. Like this is unattractive and this is, anyway.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean, but like I keep emphasizing the physical traits because this is such a problematic issue, you know, that a lot of people go through. I kind of with you on that attractiveness is such a spectrum, you know, a lot of things come to play despite of appearance. But I'll still problematize the appearance stuff. Again, once more, guys, I'm so sorry for my neighbors. How about you, Leandro? Do you agree with us?
So I think it's difficult, the subject, and it's not common for me, this term, pretty privilege, because yes, I don't do that. I think in anyone in my life. And I think it's mean about for me, about the attractive or unattractive is more about my perceptions and my, I don't know, sometimes people had a specific type of the body or of the I forgot the name of the word. And the media is so massive. This is the attractive is only you have a good health body. It's the other type of the body is not attractive. It's so hard because sometimes it's not possible for you had this the specific you see in the TV or the internet. And I think that people so I don't know in English, cobrar so much, se cobra about this because, oh my gosh, I don't have the likes hair or the likes face. It's so difficult. I think it's more difficult for children and teenagers because so much information about the specific type of beauty, specific type of the do you do in your life. And for me, it's hard sometimes this because it's not common. Do you have in I don't know, TV or YouTube, internet, a people likes me, maybe. Not because my color, but because my taller, because I am short, and this is so difficult. Do you see this? But yes, I think it is about the culture, about the custom, the society, and I saw in YouTube about the TV in the other countries. People likes not. Let me try. Japanese and Chinese don't have so many people see in the representative too. And in the other moment in Brazil, a mix of the culture and the people, countries, the other. And sometimes I saw the interview about a woman, and she is a Brazilian, but she likes to Japanese or Chinese, and okay, oh, you talking Portuguese very much. And she said, but I'm in Brazilian. And it's so hard about this because is a what I think what Brazilian people is represent beauty represent your, because have so many types of represent about beauty in Brazil, but sometimes people only saw the white skills and the long hair and sometimes blonde, or but not the so much people have this appearance.
So that's totally it. You said that you didn't know much about the topic, but you mentioned a lot of key points when it comes to pretty privilege, you know? So there are a lot to talk about. And at the end of your speech, you mentioned something that about representativeness, isn't it? So I'm with you on that kind of privilege. This thing comes to play when it comes to pretty privilege, you know? And that's what I was trying to say, that there are some beauty standards. The main one, I would say, the European one, and we can't kind of meet those, you know? And then also you mentioned about the kiddos and teenagers that kind of struggle a lot with it. So that's so real. That's something that we must talk about, you know? And we've been talking about it. So for an example of progress, there's some real life influencers on Instagram, you know, that show their real body and give space to talk about these topics and stuff. So I'm with you on that. Thanks for sharing, Leandro. Atamis, would you like to address anything else? Great, we can move on. So the second one, can you name any factors which contribute to lookism, to pretty privilege or beauty standards? And then Atamis, would you like to answer this one?
Racism.
Nail
much.
it.
Yeah,
Nail
pretty
it.
much. Like Leandro said before, in Brazil we have a lot of types of bodies and skins and noses and everything, appearances, but we just give value to the white people who are not very who are not the representatives. I don't know, the majority of people in Brazil. So it's from Europe, and we think in Europe everybody is beautiful because they are white, blonde, and blue eyes, but that's not true at all. That's not true. I've never seen people so ugly in my life. That's really, really strange because, but I think, yeah, racism is the main thing.
That's so it. Honestly, I couldn't agree more. You came up with such a key point, you know, that not only beauty standards, but a lot of other things and subjective concepts, it's all regarded to kind of a white supremacy, you know. Imperialism, for example, how could I add about it? Imperialism kind of roots and distinguish a cultural plurality, you know, kind of distinguish these kinds of things. And fortunately, nowadays, we are kind of rescue these things. We are kind of identifying ourselves, rediscovering our cultures, and realizing that it's not everything that comes down to white features in any aspects, whichever aspects. I'm totally with you on that. Okay. So what else could I name for? Guys, in the second question, do you think that social media play a contributing role on this? How would you explain something like that? Do you think that social media can contribute to beauty standards positively, negatively? What do you think, Atamis?
I think the social media is a tool for, I don't know how to say that. I'm very slow now because my blood sugar feels really going down. It's and anyway. So if I'm talking slowly and not very good, that's because this. I think consumption, capitalism, and you have to consume things all the time. Consumerism, that's the thing. Consumerism, it's the main thing in the social media that you mentioned, because social media is, we are products when we are buyers at the same time. So they are all the time selling things to us, and they are selling our time there. So I think it is consumerism, not the social media. Social media is one part of this, and it's a window to the consumerism.
I see what you mean. And I just have something that just popped in my mind is that how much money is made from women's securities you know? I think it's fair to kind of problematic these things because you are out and about and you see people getting eyelashes done, you know, these extensions. I'm not saying that, no, don't you do it. But I think it's fair to question these things because when it comes to masculinity, speaking personally, I can see that much of these kind of things when it comes to men, you know. But when it comes to women, it seems like every piece of our body must be optimized, you know. We can't kind of demonstrate that we are aging. So I would say these are some cliche because fortunately, speaking like from my social bubble, this is kind of discussed. It's widely discussed. So this thing just popped in my mind. How much money is made from women's securities? How about you, Leandra? When it comes to social media as a tool and stuff, do you agree with Atamis?
Yes, I think the social media is a part of the system about the consumer and but I think for a woman so much hard about the lookings because I don't know in English, se cobra for yourself and the others.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I think you can say, when it comes to se cobra, I think you can say, women are so hard on themselves. Just say, keep going.
Okay, and is a crazy situation, and I don't know, maybe do you have knowledge about yourself because it's so crazy. Do you saw the social media and this body is being perfect than you, and you have put your extension, your eye, you do have good eyebrows, and so many things do you do for the looks. And do you do this? Oh, okay, why do you do this? It's so crazy. Is I think so hard, but maybe is the culture about Brazil and the USA. I think in the other countries it's not so hard this for the women's mainly.
Honestly, I can tell when it comes to other countries, but I'm with you that on that, like women are kind of so hard. We are too hard on ourselves, you know. So when it comes to looks and prettiness, this kind of thing. So just reassuring myself, I'm not saying that don't you get eyelash extensions or any kind of these things, but I think it's a good contest to kind of discuss about it, you know. I think it's a great starter to discuss about it, this kind of thing. Thank you for sharing. So next one, the third one. The third question goes like, various scholarly studies and surveys have proven that our appearance does in fact have a direct correlation with how well we are received by others in both social and professional settings. What are your thoughts on this statement? I'd say that is totally true. And I have something personal to share, which is when I straightened my hair once, man, I don't know why, I was younger, but I straightened my hair and people used to be a lot nicer with me. I can recall that I was at school at the time that I used to be bullied a lot. So on this day that I show up with my hair straightened, you know, and the bowlers kind of compliment me and used to be nicer. So me as a kiddo, I was trying to get myself on what was going on. It was crazy. Now that I am older and I kind of look myself through my memories, I can realize that, first of all, it's related to races and that kind of pretty privilege, you know? I would say that the pretty privilege is set on how people treat you. So that's it. On professional settings, I don't know. Maybe I can't realize if I have experienced something like that, but maybe. Actually, I remember once a co-worker of mine. He showed up. We are talking, having a small talk. My coordinator and this co-worker, showed up with like bald. You know, he shaved his hair, and he drew such a unfortunate comment. He said, so I have to shave my hair because, you know, it was getting bigger, like a black one, like a black, you know? So I kind of get so upset. I get so upset and I was so uncomfortable of that situation. I was trying to recognize if he just said that. So anyways, these are my experiences. How about you, Leandro? Do you have any personal experience to share?
So I agree with the research about the you have a good appearance for the perspective the other is better than do you have a good I think the appearance is about the people look you, but this is a conception the other people do in your life, in this construction in your life, and is crazy because I think everyone is one in have your beauty, but it's more common for the society, the other, the conception, this appearance is more better than other. What else? But yes, I think so many time in my life I had this I don't know, but I was a second choice or third choice because my appearance. And me, the other people is more beautiful than me. Yes, these people have more choice. Is a choice than me. I really do this situation in my life.
I see what you mean. And that's so it, like these subject concepts, they are totally rooted in our imaginary as a society. How about you, Matamis? What are your thoughts on it?
I was thinking. I think I never. I've never realized if I was a second choice because I never think I've never thought in my life I could be more beautiful or less beautiful than I am. I don't know. It's not a worry for me. Never was. I don't think I'm beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. I don't think I'm ugly. I think I'm just living my life. I really don't have this problem with my appearance. Okay, I want to be thin all the time. I had anorexia in the past, and sometimes I have this, but not in my face or my hair or something. I know it's a lot of things in the standard, but I realized I wasn't that about the quote. I that's horrible thing to say, but I think it's more about races as well, because my husband, he was married before me with a Brazilian blonde woman, blue eyes and everything. And one friend of mine, I don't know if this friend I can call he's a friend. And anyway, he asked my husband how is to be married to a real Brazilian woman, that because I'm not blonde, blue eyes. And that's like, I didn't understand, like that's the situation. I see my appearance was why, I don't know. And they didn't understand. I don't know. I don't understand. I think it's more about racism, but of course based on my appearance. It was horrible. I still thinking, what? She is not a real Brazilian woman. Maybe not. So the way you appear, your appearance address the way people will treat you and see you and distinguish you. That's a fact.
That's so weird. But let me ask you, like, were you there when this weirdo just draw this comment?
No, I was there, but I didn't hear at the time.
Okay.
I heard other things like, why don't you have a children, a child now because your husband is white, and this kind of things. And what?
The fuck?
What? It's based on appearance and not in the heritage as well. So yeah, racist, pretty much.
That's insane. I can only sympathize with you. To be honest, I can tell. I don't know. I'm speechless, to be honest, because how come a person feel comfortable to draw such comments? How come how come there are people who assume these kind of things?
Yeah, people used to say in Brazil, the racism and this kind of discrimination, prejudice are hidden. I think it's so open. It's
wide open.
Wide open. Like they say, one of friend, I thought it was a friend, said, you should have a child, one alemãozinho. My husband is Australian. But the white mind is kind of Nazi, that mentality. And they said, what? I'm not white. Could be not white. Could be a brown baby. And that's, I think, and anyway, I don't want to talk about it.
So let's wrap up. You mentioned that you don't want to talk about it. We can just wrap up this topic right now. So, but like a inconvenient comment that I've witnessed, but it was with my cousin. She's like 30-ish, 35-ish, and she always complaining that she's white, she has curly hair, she has green eyes, and then she always complains about men who show up and just drop this following comment: you have such an exotic appearance, your body, but you are white. God damn it. When my cousin, like, you know what I mean, guys, you know what is implicit. I hope you know what is implicit, So my cousin, she always gets mad with these kind of things. Would you like to get something off your chest, Tamis? So you know what I mean, guys. There's such a terrible stereotype, which is the black body, the women black body, like it's viewed as, it's sexualized, it's too sexualized, it's too problematic. And my cousin was being compared with a sexualized black women body, and she's white. So in that men's mindset, it was such a rare thing to happen. I don't know. This is so nasty. Anyways.
I think everybody, because the thing is, I have a brown skin, but my hair is it's not straight. It's kind of curly as well. It's not and the people don't know how to describe me. And that's like, I will say this word, but I know it's wrong. Indian. You have Indians in your family? Of course, I have indigenous people in my ancestrality, but they don't know how to say how describe and if it's beautiful or not. It's really, I think that your cousin, she probably have the same problem, because yeah, it's a problem. White skin, but curly hair, and people are confused because or you are white, or you are black, and or exotic beauty. I hate that.
I do hate that word as well. It's not a compliment. Come on, the fuck? I don't know. To my mind, these people who have this kind of mindset just want to know, you're almost white, but there are some black features, you know? I just kind of feel that these people want to say it, you know? I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's imaginary. Because to be honest, I've heard these kind of comments like, you're so exotic, Melissa. You have such a big mouth and a curly hair, but you're not, you're not black, you're kind of white. I don't know. Leandra, would you like to address anything?
So I think if for the other people, the other country, is so difficult for us defining Brazilians, because it's so a mix of the people. But in the mind of these people, the other countries, I'm I don't know, I'm British or American. A type of is a black hair, black skin, and the type is specific. It's possible you're describing, but Brazil is not possible because there's so many people lived in Brazil, and so a mix. The very people did so much people. It's difficult. I talking about this guy, and this guy is an Indian, and oh, okay, what's your race? What? My race? I didn't have a race specific, a type of the it's so difficult describing, because my grandfather is Peruvian, and I have so many Nordestians in my family, and I'm Indian because I'm from Manaus, and so my origin is native Indians, native. It's so crazy, and the people try put your in a box, and you is this, your is this. So crazy. I think you think about your people, about your quality, about your personality, not about your looks.
You know, Brazil is such a broad country, you know, so I see what you mean when it comes to plurality, cultural plurality. We can't kind of fit Brazilian people, and I think that's beautiful, you know. I think that's our cultural plurality, is our identity, you know. Number two, I see what you mean. I really see what you mean. Thanks for sharing. So, how about the fourth question, guys? To wrap up this conversation, are there any stereotypes related to looks you used to believe in? I don't know if I can recall any of those right now, but for sure, Like, I can't even remember right now, but I don't know. I think that I used to believe, I don't know. I don't know if it was like on purpose, but I used to believe that people who meet these standards, they are kind of charismatic, you know, something embedded in them. Because I used to have a lot of questions, a lot of conflicts when it comes to my appearance. So I used to have to believe in a lot of crazy stereotypes, you know, such off the wall ones. How about you, Leandra?
So I don't know. Maybe in the past when I was a teenager, I think the good stereotype is to taller, and sometimes I don't know, I change my skin hair, but maybe they have a nose more, I don't know, aflado. I think it's this the stereotype. Yeah, but now I change this in my mind, and okay, I look in my mirror and okay, I like this, but I don't like this, but I do better for me, not for other people. Yes, I think it's this. And
Great.
now I think it's more women's I straighten my hair in the time, but now I try my curly hair, and now I think more women do this. Value about your typical physical.
I see what you mean. So that's it. We are kind of rescuing our identity and stuff. So just to wrap up this conversation, how about you, Athens? Is there anything
Yes.
else?
Yeah, I had one, and I think it's difficult to get rid of. I think when a person is too muscly, they are in the gym. They are in the gym all the day. I don't think they are very smart. I used to think more in the past. But I still think a lot. Sometimes I think he doesn't look like a very smart person. She doesn't look very smart, and it's based on lookism. I know it's horrible, but I still have this blast done in the past. But I do. I like to admit bad things about myself. So maybe I encourage people to do the same.
Self-awareness, isn't it? That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. So, guys, we've run out of time. So I have to wrap up this. I'd like to talk even more and a lot of things, but we just can't. There you go. I've just dropped it in the chat, the YouTube channel, TNT YouTube channel. Please rate this video, rate this topic, actually. Thank you so much for showing up and making to the end. That's it, guys. I hope to see you next Tuesday.